Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back. Today's practice is going to be a little bit different. So, at the Rec Center, we like to embrace the 2,000-year-old tradition that yoga is by incorporating not only the physical practice, but also the philosophy and teachings behind yogic thoughts and ideals. And one of those thoughts and ideals is the Yamas. The Yamas is a type of code or way to live your life according to yogic philosophy. And it mostly has to do with how you interact with yourself as well as the greater world around you. The first yama that we'll be talking about is Ahimsa, or non-harming, non-violence. Now, this can go beyond just the basic definition of not putting harm or violence onto yourself or the world around you, but can go a little bit deeper. So this would be embracing kind words for yourself and others. This would be improving how you interact with other people so that no mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical harm is brought to them, not just physically harming anyone. I have a little quote here, and that is, when ahimsa is fully embraced, an inner confidence emerges that is deep-seated and surprisingly powerful. So for our meditation practice today, we will be reflecting on the ideals of ahimsa and looking a little bit within ourselves on how we can embrace this fully and how we can incorporate into our lives. Ahimsa and the yamas, as well as a topic we'll be talking about later, which is the niyamas, are something that we are supposed to, as yogis, work to invite into our lives for a lifelong practice. Take it or leave it as it feels good to you. I'm not saying that anyone has to do this, but rather sharing this information so that if it feels something you would like to incorporate into your life, feel free to do so. And just a little history on some yogic philosophy. So as a reminder, I am here to help guide you. I am never here to make you do anything that would feel uncomfortable. So if at any point taking different variation, different meditation, whatever it may be would feel better to you, please feel free to do so at any time. Now I'm just in a comfortable seated posture on the floor. Feel free to find the meditation seat that feels best to you, perhaps sitting on a couch or with your back against a wall, on a pillow, blanket, whatever feels best. Go ahead and join me as we take some big, deep centering breaths. When you're ready, starting to bring your attention inward. Bring your attention into your space. Beginning to feel the weight of your body on the floor, or couch, or bed. Beginning to feel the tension in your body start to release as you settle into a natural posture, letting your breath be unforced, beginning to bring your awareness inward. As I mentioned, today's meditation will be focused around the principles of Ahimsa. I'll repeat the word several times now. Feel free to repeat it with me, but so you can hear the word and start to internalize it. Ahimsa, 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 Ahimsa. I'm beginning to reflect on our initial reactions and thoughts and feelings to the ideal non-harming, non-violence, non-killing, non-aggravation. Ahimsa is typically seen as the first Yama, as it is one of the major ideals we try to cultivate within the yogic practice. To be kind inward and outward, to wish no harm to be done to any other being, to find peace within ourselves and the space around us, to be in tune with our emotions so we are not quick to anger, we do not lash out in frustration, but rather meet it with kindness and accept it with compassion. Your mind starts to wander away, bringing the attention back to the breath, to the sensation of the inhale and the exhale. And beginning to reflect on how we can incorporate ahimsa in our life towards ourselves. How the words we say about our body, about our mind, can be kinder. About how we feed ourselves food that warms the soul and warms the body in a loving and meaningful way. How we can work to not invite stressful and harmful things into our space. Instead, take time for rest. Take time to be kind to ourselves, to meet our body, our minds, our souls, and our practice where they are. Understanding that all of these paths are non-linear. Working to reflect on how we can incorporate ahimsa to those who are dear to us. How we can be kind to those we love, to those who support us. To be gentle with our words, be kind with our actions, be supportive to whatever they may need. Working to branch further to those we may not know. Understanding that your actions have an impact on someone else's life, working to cultivate a positive impact. Ahimsa can be complimenting someone on how their outfit may look for the day. Ahimsa can look to, rather than return anger, return compassion, to be patient and kind, and give love the patience it deserves. Never seeking revenge or harm. And finally, thinking of how Ahimsa can be placed into the whole world. I think with modern day, one of the best examples of this would be how we use social media and how the things we post online often have an effect and reach far wider than ourselves. And understanding that what we place into this world can never be taken back. So rather than placing hate to continue to feed into fear, how can we incorporate love? How can we incorporate peace, kindness, compassion into what we create, into how we impact others' lives? Ahimsa isn't always easy to practice, but it's through repetition and dedication that it becomes natural and more of a reflex. Taking some final moments to reflect on this and allow the mind to wander, letting the thought taking some final moments to reflect on the ideas that have come forth regarding Ahimsa, or allowing the mind to wander, enjoying and observing any thoughts or feelings that may come to the surface. And when you're ready, bringing awareness and attention back into the body, feeling the sensation of the breath, enjoying the weight of your body in your space, slowly finding movement through the fingers and toes. Eyes can remain closed or can flutter open as hands come together like we're clapping and thumbs reach in between the eyebrows or third eye. Taking a moment to set the gentle intention for kind thoughts for ourselves and others. Letting thumbs come to the lips to set the gentle intention of kind words for ourselves and others. And finally, hands come to the heart space to set the gentle intention of kind actions for ourselves and others. I thank you all so much for joining me today. Namaste. Wonderful. Thank you all so much for joining me today. We will be going through the other yamas and then eventually the niyamas in future practices. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check those out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next practice. Bye.